Okay, so we got a Friday haul video here, and you can see this is my haul table. I'm in my basement, in my workroom in my basement, which is actually kind of messy. So I just kind of piled it all here. No home runs, but it all kind of added up. So I'll just kind of take you through it real quick. Really trying to buy a lot here. I am a teacher, so I've got school year coming up here. We start late in the north, and I'm trying to load up here for the winter, try to buy as much as I can. So even I'm willing to buy some small stuff here that maybe I wouldn't normally buy, but if it's going to be quick and not a lot of effort, I went ahead and bought it. So first item here is on the ground. It is one of those Cooper coolers, rapid beverage cooler, that I learned about just this week from Lonnie. I did pay the $5. This lady was really stingy. She had this. She had a TI-83 for $15, and I tried to get them both for $15, and she basically would do a 17. I expected to calculate a little bit closer, and it actually was only a TI-83, not a TI-83 Plus, which is a difference of a couple dollars. So I told her to keep her calculator. Looking in here, I don't think it's quite new, but it does have, well, it's falling off to the side here, but it has all the paperwork. The thing looks like it's in mint condition. So I'm going to list it as used, but I think it's in really good shape. And this will be my first Cooper cooler, so we'll see how that goes. Here, the top unit, Sony VHS, paid $2 for it. Haven't tested it yet, but even at $2, and no big deal. Below it, a symphonic combo, but not the best unit for sure, but it is a DVD recorder. So hopefully that'll help out the value a little bit. It was the end of the day. Actually, I told my father-in-law that we couldn't go home until I got a combo unit. This is the last sale right down the road from me. And I saw it there, and it's kind of in a dirty barn. $5, okay. I plugged it in, it powered up. Who knows if it works? Actually, I looked at it before I walked out of there. It's pretty dirty. And like I said, I did look it up after I left and saw that even though it is a DVD recorder combo, it's maybe not worth that much. And actually, I think if it works, I'm going to sell it local, because I get that all the time when I post these things local. People asking me if they'll record from one to the other. So, I'm not going to get $100 for it or nothing, but I could probably get 30 or 40 bucks if it works. And we'll see. I've got a stack in my other room of ones that don't work. They're actually going to the recycling event tomorrow. Back here is a Hamilton Beach iced tea maker. These things sell very well, like 50, 60 bucks. Man, I spotted this from a mile away. I had trouble finding a parking spot. Like sprinted up there. Whenever I find these, they're either new or they're open box new. And I saw this one was $5, and I offered $3, and they gladly took it. And so, like I said, these usually go for about 50 or 60 bucks. I've sold I don't know, 5 or 6 of them in the last year. So that definitely was something for me to get excited about. Down here, I have 3 iPod Nanos. These two, the purple and the orange one, I paid up for at the Goodwill. They were $25 a piece. I had a 25% off coupon, so I did pay $20 a piece. But I do pretty good with these. I usually sell these for about 45 or 50 bucks. And these two have tested out pretty good, and I've just listed them. This other one, I actually got at the same sale that I got the combo unit. And the lady was like, "Oh yeah, it works." It was my grandmother's. And I looked at it, and it's in great shape. I only paid $3 for it. And it does work, but it doesn't hold the charge. As soon as I take it off the charger, it dies. So, I'll sell it for parts, and even at that, they still go for like $15. So, I'll make a few dollars, but not what I was hoping for when I bought it. This label maker, I paid $5 for. It's a Brother PT1290 BT3. Paid $5 for it, and these things sell from like $50 to $70, and if I remember right, there's none available. so they sell fairly well. You know, I've had some cheaper models, but this is maybe the best one I've gotten. So I think that's going to be a pretty good score. Easy to take pictures. It's brand new in the package, so that's going to be a couple of pictures and throw it up. The Talking Bingo, which I learned about from Steve Alcorn. It's the first one I've ever seen. Whenever I see the bingos, I always look for the, if I can find it here, the Excalibur. So, you know, I remember that from a video that I watched from his from a few months ago, and I saw this one for $1, and I bought it, and it works. The only thing is it does not have any of those 100 markers in it. It's got the cards, it's got the instructions, but it has none of the markers. But I still think it's going to do fine. $50 area, something along those lines. Down here, I got one of the Walkman CDs. I've been running into a lot of these lately. Paid a couple bucks for that, so you always pick those up if I get them for $1 or $2. Plug and play game. Some of these I know are worth good money. I got one new last year. I sold for like $60. The Miss Pac-Man version. This is probably only worth about 10 or 15 bucks, but it was only $1. I like to call this gas money when I'm out there. Grab it. They usually work. Won't be like my priority to list, but it'll get listed eventually. Another one of these Radica. My lighting's really bad in here. Another one of these Radica. This is one solitaire game. I've sold 3 or 4 of these in the past week. So for $1, I know this one is probably worth about 20. So and these things always work. Actually, this thing worked when I picked it up, so I grabbed that. This is a first. I've done the Mary Kay thing before, but this is Arbonne. Some kind of makeup, brand new. Lady wanted $5. I offered her 3, and she's like, "No, this stuff's really expensive." And it is. There's only a few comps for this, and they sell for about $40, and there's none available right now. So that's going to be some easy money, just like Mary Kay is. This Franklin Spelling Ace, again, picked it up at the same spot with the Radica. It's $1. It's not going to sell for a ton, but I was already there, and it worked. You know, came on when I was playing with the buttons, so not much of a time consumer to get that going. The same sale, I bought this TI-83, and man, the calculators were expensive today. Everybody wanted $20 for these TI-83s, which is just, I think, a little bit high there for the garage sales. This lady started at 20. I put it back. She came back to me. She goes, "I think I priced it a little bit high. How about 10? I said, "How about 8? She said, "Okay." That's kind of the upper limit of what I'm going to spend on these. This one I think has issues. When it first comes on, everything looks good, and then you go to do the graphing, and the display is not on the graph necessarily, but where you're going to plot things. Doesn't look right. So this one might end up being parts and kind of getting my money back on it. Picked up one of these analog to digital converter, brand new in the box. Paid $5. I have another one of these, and I don't know why it's not selling, because it's basically brand new as well. It has everything, and I don't know, it's not getting much play, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I'll do a little bit better with this one. And like I said, it's brand new. It's never been opened. At the same sale, I picked this up. This, I guess, Time Life Ultimate Rock Collection, 1964 to 1985 or 95, something like that. I just sold something like this. It was called Romancing the 70s that I paid a nickel for and sold for $45. So, you know, this was $1 for all these discs. Some people are asking crazy money for these, but it looks like it's probably about $25 or $30. And I only paid $1, so you know, I figured at worst I can listen to them in the car while I'm driving around from sale to sale. I've done that with discs before. A couple of books down here. Bear with my bad lighting here. I'm kind of blocking my light in here. I bought this Chilton Ford's repair manual. Been seeing everybody buy the manuals lately, so it was $1. Figured I was doing good, but looks like this one is not a big seller, so it's gonna maybe take a while to get my $1 back. underneath it, an Atlas of Freshwater and Marine Catfishes. Again, it's not a big seller. Some people are asking crazy money for this book. I think it's a situation in time, especially over the winter when I don't have nearly as much inventory, that I can probably get $20 or $25 for it. So figured why not. So I feel like I'm missing some stuff, but this is what I kind of brought down to my workspace, and I'm gonna try to list it. Oh, I got the grass catcher too. Got this grass catcher. Looks like it's lightly used. Toro. Getting late in the season, but if nothing else, I am trying to get some stuff together here, for the spring, because garage sales here in New York are not very abundant in the spring. So, $2. It'll sell. It doesn't sell this season. It'll sell next spring, I'm sure. So that's what I got today. Not bad. It depends on how these electronics work. Going to be going out again tomorrow, but for me, this is probably medium. I've done better. I've certainly done worse on a lot of days. So I was actually pretty happy with what I got here. It's pretty late now. It's like 2 in the morning. Got my son to sleep and went ahead and fell asleep in his room. And now I've got to kind of do some listings while the rest of the family is sleeping. And then I think the whole family's going out to garage sales here tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, garage sales here in New York don't start. Most of them don't start until like 9. Which I would much rather they start at like 7, but that's when most of them start. Get some neighborhood sales, that kind of stuff. So we'll see how we do tomorrow. And I'm sure most of you are sleeping now, but have a good day tomorrow.